countdown to Mad Money begins now! You, me, let's try to make some money, Mad Money! Mad Money! You can't afford to miss it! Maybe you've seen, or rented, how Stella got her groove back. It's an okay movie. Would have been better, of course, if there'd been a little Gene Hackman in it. But what movie isn't that true of? Gratuitous. Tonight, I'm going to tell you how Comcast, CMCSA, got her groove back. Yes, Comcast is a she. See, stocks are like ships. They're all female. For the last couple of years, Comcast has been a pariah on Wall Street. All the analysts, including moi, shunned the company. We thought it was needlessly delaying its wonderful triple play rollout of television, internet, telephone on one cable network. We thought the other cable companies were way out ahead of it offering telephone service. We thought Comcast was losing too many basic cable subscribers to the dish. When it tried to buy Disney, we concluded it had run out of opportunities to grow. We thought management was distracted. Oh, not like Meg Whitman over at eBay, who's very hands-on when she's not vacationing in Sun Valley. At the end of the day, the street, Kramer included, decided Comcast was totally unprepared for the coming battle, if not war, with the Axis powers of Verizon and AT&T. We decided Comcast wasn't groovy. And, to tell you the truth, we were wrong! Oh man, sorry, Brian Roberts. I gotta give a tip of the old chapeau. Boy, do I love cliches. To Steve Birenberg over at TheStreet.com, one of the biggest shareholder. Birenberg was the only guy who got this right. At 27, when everyone else was running from it, he rushed to it.
All aboard!
Booyah, Steve. If you want to try and make some money, you need to take a look at Comcast. Because not only do they have their groove back, they actually never really lost it in the first place. It was just naysayers like me, probably jealous of a Philadelphian who's much richer than I am. Well, everybody on the street was busy telling Comcast how it was screwing everything up. Comcast did the smartest thing and covered its ears. They didn't listen to the street, and as usual, it paid off. Wall Street is often wrong, but never in doubt, like my buddy pal Donnie Deutsch. Comcast is like a caterpillar that's grown up and turned into a beautiful money-making butterfly. The street, Kramer included, wanted to rush them into their triple play. Instead, they waited until they could get the triple play right. Really right. You want a company that can actually make money off of VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, Internet Telephony. I wish there was an easier name for this stuff. And the one company that's actually making money off of VoIP, the only one I know in the whole world, is Comcast. Oh, by the way, it's not Vanage, the dog. No surprise there. Although it was fabulous to listen to that Vanage conference call where they talked about how excited they were that they're making interest off the money that they had in the IPO. Wake me up when it trades through $1.35. Then I'll go one thumb up. At -2, 2 thumbs up. Here's what Comcast should be able to do now that she's got her groove on. For just a few dollars a month, Comcast can bundle VoIP into their internet and TV, and at the same time, they end up keeping customers that they would have been losing to EchoStar or Verizon. I'm a customer, and I'm proud of it. They've built... God, I am so shameless. They built up their infrastructure, so now all they have to do is roll out their products in their areas. Costs next to nothing once you got that infrastructure done. Plus, Comcast has the added advantage of having blow-away good numbers. And you know what Comcast management was doing while Wall Street was fretting about how bad the company was? What do you think they were doing? You think they were like saying, oh, that Kramer, he's an idiot? No, they weren't wasting any time there. You know what they were doing? While I was busy hating the stock and getting it wrong, they were doing a moan back. They bought back the stock hand over fist at bargain basement prices. Now, finally, the path should be clear for double-digit growth in earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization as far as the eye can see. How do I know? Well, look, Comcast hasn't even rolled out the triple play TV, internet, and telephone in 40% of its territory. That means there's a lot of growth ahead. They just this week carved up Adelphia's cable network with Time Warner, and so now you've got all that rollout ahead of them, too. Boy, I would love to ask Dick Parsons about that, but he blew me off. Message taken. Next year, Comcast can add 2.1 million customers to its digital phone business. Right now, lowly dog Vonage, bad quarter Vonage, just had 1.9 million customers and no cable network. Vonage? Pesky little thing. And the new phone business doesn't bring down the margins for Comcast either. It's just as good a revenue stream as anything else Comcast has. Before, Wall Street only cared about the loss of basic cable. Now the street couldn't care less because Comcast has so much else going for it, except for the moron analysts who haven't gotten on board yet and are unwilling to admit what I did, which was that I was wrong. Plus, there's finally something worth getting the fancy extra cable service store. People actually own high def now. They'll pay for HDTV, and not just because Dan Rather might have a show in 2020. And they just love the new digital and demand stuff. Killing the Netflix and Blockbuster. Not that Blockbuster needed any help in dying. Dr. Kevorkian, where are you? Blockbuster's still above 4. All this stuff is great, but only the numbers really count at the end of the day. People liking video on demand isn't a reason to buy Comcast. Before you buy this stock, you need to ask yourself, are the numbers groovy? They couldn't be groovier. I think Comcast is finally, after 2 years of underperformance, in a position to blow away the numbers. Last quarter, the revenues were up 11%. Man, that's unbelievable. 11% year over year. The street was looking for 10%. To beat that number by that is actually a lot more than it sounds. EBITDA was up 13%. Street was looking for 10%. These are just big numbers. You got to trust me. As an aside, we like to look at earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization instead of just earnings with something like a cable company, because every year they incur this depreciation cost that really, it doesn't actually represent real money. Their earnings have to have a symbolic hit because their cable network depreciates. I know it's boring, but I got to do that. I got to explain to you why I use EBITDA for that and not for Pfizer. Bottom line, every cable and telco company is trying to get the triple play right. Phone, TV, and internet. I think Verizon's all big hat and no cattle. AT&T, yeah, hold your breath. I think the loathed and despised Comcast is the winner. And that makes it down 39 cents today. A screaming deluxe triple buy. Joseph in New York.